Hey everyone, it's August 3rd and I wanted to show the progress on the garden so far. We've had a couple of really hot days in the 90s for a good solid week or longer, and so things have really started to bolt and take off. Got my first cucumber, so let's go check it out. All right, so we have snapdragons blooming. Those are looking really good. I think I got like one zinnia coming up. I transplanted a couple more cucumbers over here, see if they'll take off. So I'm happy that the snapdragons are at least looking good. The okra, I thought it was gonna get tall and take off, but I think it's already, you can see that one's already fruiting in the center. So not quite sure about that. Let's see over here. Same thing, there's little tiny fruit already, but they're not tall at all. I went ahead and just tried to do some more beans in a couple empty pockets. Got this bean starting to crawl up. Something used in the trellis there. Sunflowers, I'm not sure those are really going to take off either. Those are kind of short still. But you can see these different zucchini and pumpkins just crawling along. Loving it out here, which is just exciting. They've been weaving into the pathway, so I've been kind of training them to go up the trellis. We have corn. One of the stalks fell down and it has a ear of corn, so I'm gonna have a mini display of corn stalks. I think that looks like another zucchini in there. It's trailing along. Over here I've got some kind of big pumpkin. I've already gotten quite a few large zucchinis. So it's looking pretty lush with all these vines going across, which is pretty cool. And the sweet peas smell really good. Those got pretty tall. And this is really cute. It's one of those bottle gourds. And let's see, yeah, right there. Oh, I have a hummingbird. But those are cute, the little bottle gourds. So if this grows up the trellis some more, then we could have those hanging. So that's pretty fun. And I think the potatoes won't be long before these are probably ready to be harvested. I've seen some peeking out right there. So I'm kind of waiting for these leaves to turn a little bit more yellow and start dying back before I start pulling some out. Again, there's a tassel already forming in that guy. It's about calf length high. That's a pretty good size zucchini. Should probably harvest that one in the next day or two. This guy right here, trailing. I think he'll probably make it all the way across the tarp. Yeah, you can see the little pumpkins in there. I should wear long sleeves when I come out here. I do get kind of a rash and scratchy. Oh, and here goes another really good zucchini producer. I think it's the Latino variety, so it's pretty cool with the stripes. This one's got a ton. So that's been fun to harvest from. So that's it, early August. So this apple tree is just loaded and I need to thin it out, which is painful to do. But these guys are only going to get heavier when the apples start growing more, and some of these branches are going to break. So I'm going to thin it out a bit and give the goats and chickens a nice treat. You can see good size apples. There's like 3 right together. So for airflow and everything, we're going to have to thin that. Those 2 right together. So a lot of these are doing great. You could see that one's got one that kind of puny because he didn't get all the love and attention he needed. So I get to pick and choose who survives. So I'm gonna do a quick rinse since I did spray the fruit trees this morning. So I wanna get off any of that spray that might be on these guys. Hello, chicks. I will feed you next. You know it's your supper time. All right, here you go, goats. You got an apple in there still from yesterday. Oh. It's on the ground. I just dropped a bucket right there. Look down. Look down. There we go. There's plenty for everyone. It's the locust. It's a sign.
What does it mean?
Oh, it's gonna look at us now.
Ooh.
Okay, so here are a few zucchini I've collected from my garden this year that I was super excited about, and they were looking really good, and I picked them before they got super huge and could only be used for zucchini bread. These two are a different variety. I think it's a Latino. Can't remember the variety. I'm gonna have to look it up, but these ones, it's hard to tell, but they have these, see those ridges? It's not really smooth. But look at those ridges. So I just came from my mom's. I gave her a start of this zucchini, and she actually tossed it into the yard waste because it got so big and wasn't edible. So I was like, oh, I'll give it to the goats. Let me go get it from the yard waste. So here it is. This thing has got to be about 8 pounds, I think. Same variety as that. A start that I gave her. I'm not bitter. No. I think she's just blessed, you know, learn from her. So anyways, I brought this home to give to the goats. I'm going to have to use the cleaver to cut this up for the goats. So I'm going to attempt it and give them a treat. Enter sound effects. Cheese and rice. We have a giant wasp nest the size of like a melon hiding in the hazelnut tree. Corey got stung on top of his head doing the riding lawnmower around this a couple days ago. I picked up a couple cans of bee spray and he hit it a couple of times, but hasn't really done much damage. They're still going in and out, so I think he's gonna have to hit it with a shovel or the hose really hard and spray it down pretty good and empty out the can. So I have just harvested about a 5-gallon bucket of potatoes. I think that I probably could have harvested them a little bit earlier because some of them have a little bit of bug damage and are quite big, and some of them started sprouting like they were going to grow again. So I guess, I don't know, some of the leaves looked like they were starting to die, but some still had flowers, so don't know quite the secret, but just pulled them out, and I'm going to go out there and pull out the reds, I think right now, based on this bucket full, so we'll see what we get. So this is where we just harvested the yellow potatoes. Maybe they were Yukon Golds, just about shy of a 5-gallon bucket. So got some leaves and stuff to compost, some little tiny ones there, and we are going to look and see what this section looks like with the reds. Pull them out before this pumpkin kind of gets intermingled with it a little bit too much. All right, so we got about a quarter full of a 5-gallon bucket. Not too bad. These ones look like they're a little better shape than the other ones, not too many holes from bugs. And we got a good space for trying something else before the frost. I think I might pull up these sad looking onions as well. All right, quick update. I started putting together this August update and realized the first part with the walkthrough was at the very beginning of August, and we are now August 29th, and just pretty amazed at how full the garden has taken off just in a few weeks. So just needed to capture that since it's still within August. Got these really pretty zinnias. I really like that kind of rusty color right there. I'll have to try and get seeds from it. And the pumpkins, you can see the trellis there. We got some ornamental ones. They're pretty much the star of the show over here. I do have a zucchini still going, and I do have little tomatoes kind of flopped over, but still getting lots from them. Random corn. Thank you, Max. Show us where to go. Pulled out the potatoes, so that's the empty spot, still need to fill in. The sweet peas, need to collect the seed pods so I can try and save those as well. But you can see inside the trellis here, it's filling up. So still have a ways for climbing, but at least you can kind of see the vision and the fun walkthrough here. Been watching all these bees just go for all the pumpkin flowers. And there goes the ornamental little pumpkins and gourds. So it'll be fun to have the nieces and nephews come over and pick their own. There goes the cool bottle gourd ones. Max, what are you doing? Do have a sunflower starting to reach up. And there's a couple of beans. That one's taken off. Got some flowers on it and some super tiny little beans. And you could tell now that we have some color on the pumpkins too. So a couple of these kind of flat ones, and then the other one that's out there in the tarp, and some other fun gourds or ornamental ones. So really neat to see it finally take off.